Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into Nininger Hall for the first round of ODAC action between the number 3 seeded Bridgewater College Eagles and the number 6 seeded Guilford Quakers. Brock Zorn, Jen Chang with you tonight. It'll be a good contest. These two teams played before in the season. Guilford came out victorious 3-1. But Bridgewater here, the higher seed tonight, having a better conference record at 8-3. Meanwhile, Guilford 6-5 in the ODAC.
And earlier today, I was talking with the assistant coach, JT Oates, about what their game plan was for tonight, and he made the correlation of when they played Guilford last, they did not have number 18 star Reagan Stoop out on the court, which was definitely a disadvantage for them and helped Guilford out in that evening.
Right, definitely gives this team a new look when they play here tonight. Stoop has been superb so far this year. Should look to continue that on into tournament play. We'll start the action here tonight with Bridgewater. Alexis Curry will serve first for the Eagles. Quick point for the Eagles. So they'll take an early lead. Like you mentioned, Jen, it's important for the Eagles to have Reagan Stoop back. She crossed 1,000 kills earlier this season. And Eagles, nice play at the net.
And over the last few games, Bridgewater's number 7 has done a lot of those little quick, instead of hitting it over for the third attempted potential spike, she's just been going for it.
Curry. Nice serving set. Eagles rattle off 3 quick.
Little miscommunication there from that back line on Guilford's side.
Curry once again dug out by Winsat. Moore sends it across, and Black will get it over for the Eagles. Down the side, attacked by Casey Johnson.
A good stretch there from Black, just unable to actually get it on the good part of her fist to bounce it actually back into play. Not sure if that would have been in or out if she did not touch it.
Just lips the net on that one. Vivian Cavatillo serving for the Quakers.
Very clear communication on that one.
And it's good to see early in the game some of the moments when the Eagles have really lost sets has been on poor communication, just kind of a lack of communication costing them important sets. And so good to see everything coming together early tonight. Alford across, and she's got it. Finds an opening. Eagles with a 3-point lead here in this set.
Not sure who it was, but it was a good attempted stretch there, just shy of her, out of her reach.
Get Gabby Atwell to serve.
Almost miscommunication there as two Quakers attempted to hit the ball at the same time.
Atwell once again. With net, trying to dig it out. A quick 7. Coach Meyer will want to talk it over. Eagles lead 7-2 in the first set here on Flow College. Back down to Nininger Hall. And a busy day. First round of the ODACs. Plenty of games. All of them started right around this time, I know.
All the games started here at 6:30. We have Virginia Wesleyan playing Roanoke, and if I can get that up. Wesleyan is up by 2, 6-4 in that first set for them. Washington and Lee is playing Shenandoah. Just edging Shenandoah out. Lynchburg is 7-3 against Randolph-Macon there in the first set as well. So plenty of volleyball to watch all the way around.
Aslinovich to Stoop, who pushes it over. Thought she had it, but just barely out of bounds.
Great communication there from the bench, and just like I mentioned earlier, Maya just tapped it right over, no one really expecting her to do that, even though that's really been a common theme all season long.
Right. So, Lindsay Kelly serving for the Eagles. Ends up to the ball. She gets it over. High in the air. And a quick tap by Natalie Moore. We'll get it done.
Natalie Moore to serve for the Quakers.
Nice attack, fakes the Pugh. A little bit of back and forth here as we saw that decent serving set from Curry in the first couple points, and now neither side has really been able to go on much of a run. Stoop will serve. She'll get under it in the air for Alfred. Back across. Depew the other side. Right up by the K. Barbosa. Black. Stoop. Kelly sends it over. And that time, Crisbel Alcantara will find the opening. She also responsible for the attack that got everybody out of position, so nice play by her. Duval serve a little too strong. So now it'll be Anna Black to serve for Bridgewater. Eagles lead 10-5 for the first set. Alcantara, Black is able to dig it out. Stoop. Griffith sends it over.
A great block attempt there. Just fortunately it hit their forearms more than their hands. We're going to have sophomore setter Julian Mapes for the Quakers serving, just out of camera's view.
Another attack. Rewarded there. She'll turn around and serve for the Eagles. Stoop under it. That's the thing with trying to sneak it over.
You can't really look at your target. You got to look at the ball to make sure you're going to hit it, but also not let the opponent know where you're going to end up spiking it too.
Zoe Winsnat serving for the Quakers. And that time, same kind of play. Eagles able to find the middle that time.
You mentioned earlier a lot of communication over here on the Bridgewater side of things. And I say over here because it's the side we're sitting on. But Guilford really hasn't picked it up as of just yet. And a lot of double players trying to get the ball. And just like that instance there, we have two people going for the ball at one time. Can't really do that. It's not as efficient as head coach Chase Mirion takes his second timeout of this first set.
That'll bring it 13-7. Eagles lead the first set here on Flo College. Back down at Eininger. Eagles lead 13-7. Interesting decision by the Quakers, taking both their timeouts very early in the set, which interesting to see in a tournament setting like this, because usually you're saving those timeouts for a little bit later in the sets, just trying to break up any kind of run that Eagles may go on. And like I mentioned, it really hasn't seemed like much of a run game. It's kind of been very back and forth up to this point, but
just a lot of communication over here on the Bridgewater side. Hopefully that's what Coach Mirion was talking to his players about, making sure you're communicating, saying what you're going to do, and hopefully the bench gets a little bit more active, because they've really just been standing there on the sidelines just out of camera view, not really doing much for their team that's on the court.
Eagles, nice play at the net. Quakers stay with it, though.
A little bit too close to the net for that one. And Duvall checking in for the Quakers.
Cavataya to score, serve there. And Eagles, a little bit of trouble on the serve.
A little bit of lack of communication of where it's potentially going, or a potential play maybe as well. Second serve, way outside. There's number 24, Agnes Alford, checks in for the Eagles, and senior Gabby Atwell goes ahead and serves. And great block there from Alford and Stoop.
Stoop on the other end. That's what's made her so valuable this year, just work on both ends.
And she's really been a powerhouse since she started here as a freshman. And she's only a junior, so we still have another year of Stoop in herself, and a little bit short of a serve there from Atwell.
Sharangelis K. Barbosa. Serve there for the Quakers.
Ball goes straight over to the Dean of Students, Leslie Freer, over in the reserve seating section.
Eagles under that one, but nice play at the net by Duvall. Stoop down the other side, but a little too much power. Okay, Barbosa once again to serve.
This will be Bridgewater point. So we have a captain over on the Quaker side talking to the referee and trying to figure out what happened, and Coach Mirian is not very happy. But nonetheless, Lindsay Kelly is in the back half. Just over the net as Mapes kind of turns her back and doesn't even question what's happening.
Eagles extend their lead to 5 here in the first set. As Kelly once again will serve.
Great placement there.
Stoop down the other way. And Reagan Stoop. Kelly will serve once again. Mapes in the air for more. And point for the Quakers. More serve for the Quakers. Down the other side to Pugh on the attack. Claire Griffith will check in for Bridgewater. And Reagan Stoop will serve. That one a little bit lofty. Won't find the line. Duval again to serve. Kelly in the air for Alford. Down the other way. Kelly for Griffith.
A little back and forth there by Griffith alone.
Nothing Eagles can do there.
That was a great save on the Eagles side, nonetheless, as Duval serves once again. Not sure what that was from Griffith over here.
Duval once again to serve. And just barely scrapes the inside edge. Coach Harris will want to talk it over. Eagles still lead 19-17 in the first set here on Flo College. Back now to Niagara Hall. Eagles lead 19-17 over the Quakers in the first set of the first round of ODAC tournament play.
In other games, recap real quick before they start off again. Lynchburg is leading Randolph-Macon 19-14. Virginia Wesleyan is leading Roanoke 21-14. And Washington Lee is leading Shenandoah 22-15. So very close games for the entire quarterfinals here so far. All of the top seeds are leading those lower four seeds as we get back here and play in Nininger Hall. The Guilford Quakers get the serve, and it's Duval for her fourth attempt.
Black gets under this one. Kelly for Stoop. Moore gets under it. Alford on the attack.
And even Bridgewater even all said that it was on the wrong side. It was out of play. They still got the point there. They kept fighting regardless of what was happening on the referee side and what their bench was saying.
Quakers can't find any space on that far end.
Just out of play on that dig. To make a Bridgewater ball with Anna Black ready to serve. Skims the top of the net, which has really been a trend so far in this game.
Depew sends it over. Alcantara. Her attack too much there for the Eagles to handle. It'll be Jillian Mapes serving for the Quakers. Kelly for Depew. Face Depew. Eagles lead by 4. Depew will serve now as well. Miscommunication. None of the Quakers can get to it. Depew once again. Moore sends it across. Quakers other side. And a miscue. Alcantara, she finds middle of the court. Zoe Wisnat. Stoop gets to it. Quakers able to get it across. Black is under it. Set up for Depew. Off the hands of Wisnat. Eagles just a point out from this first set. Quakers not making it easy for them.
Alexis Curry there to serve for the Eagles.
Snapped across. Eagles going the other way. It's Reagan Stoop. Quakers in the air for more. Eagles stick with it.
It's a little bit too much there, a little bit too far outside. And those two great digs from libero Vivian. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name. Starts with a C. And a great service there as well.
Play at the net. Quakers will have it. It was Natalie Moore on the jump. The Eagles need to be careful. Cavatillo in the air. Eagles to Stoop, and Reagan Stoop will end the set. I've seen that once or twice this year. Eagles take the first set 25-21. Stick with us here for the second set on Flo College. Back down to Nininger Hall. Eagles take the first set. 25-21 over the Quakers. Kills leader so far for the Eagles is Faith Depew with 6. Meanwhile, it's Reagan Stoop with 3. Aggie Alford and Maya Veselinovich with 2 apiece. And Gabby Abel with 1. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's Chrisbel Alcantara with 5. Natalie Moore with 3. And Casey Johnson with 2. Normally, lose the first set, might be a little bit disheartened, but when Guilford beat Bridgewater, they won the first set. Bridgewater did before Guilford proceeded to storm back and win 3 in a row. So,
you never know in the ODAC.
Absolutely not. Can't count them out.
And in just same fashion, Lynchburg took the first set over Randolph-Macon. Virginia Wesleyan also took over Roanoke 25-15 in that set. And Washington and Lee, same score, 25-15 over Shenandoah. As the Lynchburg Randolph-Macon was also 25-21.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, it's all top seeds winning their first set.
And the Lynchburg and Randolph-Macon were close, just as similar to this one, and they're both the seeds that are closest to one another, which is to be expected. The first point there goes to Bridgewater.
Eagles do a nice job on the inside. Play at the net. Are rewarded for it. Ooh, that's going to be Alexis Curry serving now for the Eagles.
And Claire Griffith just got a talking to from Coach Harris about slowing down on the subbing.
Little backhand there by Natalie Moore.
Great placement overall, and great snag there by Jillian Mapes. Unfortunately not able to have any of her teammates around her to catch that.
Curry once again to serve. Mapes for Moore. Curry's under it. Play at the net. Quakers do a nice job to get to it, but the Eagles stick with it. Eagles take a 3-0 lead here in the second set. Same as the first set. Curry will serve once again. Attacked there by Casey Johnson. Point went to the wrong side, so Eagles lead 4-0 now in the second set. Curry once again, barely across the net. As Moore comes back to the other side. And that one finds its mark to get the Quakers on the board. Vivian Camateo serving for the Quakers. Reagan Stoop. An attack. And a beauty from Reagan Stoop. Camateo was on top of it, but Stoop just put power behind it and a little bit too low. Atwell serve.
Great block there by Stoop and Alice Fergus. There's just too much there for Atwell.
Nice job by the Quakers to stick with that one. It's Casey Johnson. Kay Barbosa to serve. Stoop is under it. Around to Alford. Quakers contain. Moore sends it across. Once again, another one of those quick plays. Veselinovich. will make something happen.
Lindsay Kelly back there to serve.
Sent for more. Eagles contain. It's Faith Depew. Sends a rocket.
Over to senior tennis player Corey with a great save on his side.
Kelly short on that one. Eagles still lead 7-3. So it'll be Natalie Moore taking over for the Quakers. That one just angled a little too far to the left. Now it'll be Reagan Stoop to serve. Quakers get under it. And a quick push by Madison Duval. Duval will turn around and serve. Down the line for Griffith.
Great communication there and
sends it across.
Another great dive there by Stoop, and excellent placement there from Depew.
Back and forth. The Quakers take this one.
Probably the longest back and forth we've had so far in this quarterfinal match.
Duval will serve again. It's been a minute since she served the first time.
Great spot there from Black as Moore is just a little bit too far back from getting that ball over. Bridgewater leads 9 to Guilford's 5. Some extra inspiration on the Quaker side from Coach Mirion as Anna Black goes and serves for the Eagles.
Quakers do a nice job getting under that one. Stoop falling away. Kelly in the air for Griffith. Just barely scrapes the inside line.
All you need is barely. And Guilford is going to take their first time out of this second half.
So Eagles lead 10-5 in the second set, lead 1-0 here on Flo College. Back down to Nottingham Hall. Eagles lead 10-5 here in the second set after taking the first set 25-21.
Guilford called the timeout, yet they're already the ones out on the court. I think they have about 30 seconds left before they even had to go back out. And Bridgewater is finally breaking up theirs with 4 seconds left. You would think Guilford would have chatted just a little bit more, taken all of their timeout for what it was, but regardless of that, Coach Julia in her 9th season with the Quakers was talking to our back setters. Here's the one she talked to was Alcantara. Gets that dig for Guilford.
Depew across.
Great block there.
Griffith sends it.
Great block again.
Atwell's attack contained and sent back across. Alcantara. Black in the air for Depew. They're going to say that no one touched it.
The ref is not having anything that Coach Harris or Carroll are trying to say and tells them to sit down in the kindest way possible.
It'll be Mapes now to serve for the Quakers. Stoop. Down for Depew. Once again, Quakers colliding to get to the ball. And unable to get anything. Fate Depew once again will serve. More off Alcantara. This time it's for Johnson. Can't keep it in bound. Depew once again to serve. Moore, Mapes, down the line, Johnson. Her attack is contained. Eagles, nice recovery. Johnson once again, Black's under this one. Veselinkovic once again.
Just dumps it right back on over to Guilford's side, and I want to say almost all of Guilford's plays that haven't been right up against the net, they've gone to all three passes compared to Bridgewater. It's probably like a 50-50 at this point of just dumping it over the net like they have been. Is
play at the net there. Stoop is under it. Down the line for Griffith. Eagles collapse on it. Able to recover after the block. Alcantara sends it, but the Eagles deny the Quaker attack. Eagles lead 14-6. Depew sends it across. Quakers miscue. And the Eagles finally starting to run a little bit. And just like last set, another quick timeout. Eagles up 15-6 here on Flo College. Back down to Niagara Hall. Eagles lead 15-6. They finally start to find their rhythm.
I'm gonna give a special shout out here to the Bridgewater men's volleyball team, who has been mopping the floor with a very tiny mop every single timeout in between sets. It's a very large court. They probably have to take 30 back and forth to even get it clean, as that one's way out there by Faith Depew.
Can't be mad at that, as Depew had a nice serving streak up to that point. Zoe Wisnat serving for the Quakers. Down for Griffith. Griffith just had to get under it, kind of misjudged the jump. But Natalie Moore will send it down this near side and come away with the point. Once again, please net. Just outside, and the Eagles read it. So it's Alexis Curry once again to serve. Off the fingertips of Wisnant.
Kind of looked like an awkward touch on her side there. Is it really just a little bit too far back?
Looks like she took a poor angle, and unfortunate here is Guilford's trying to mount some kind of momentum. This time she gets under that one. Moore stepping back. Eagles play at the net. Set up nicely for Gabby Atwell. She capitalizes. Eagles lead.
And that was going to be the first just dump off pass there by Guilford 21 Brown. Curio serves again.
Sent over. Black is under it. In the air for Reagan Stoop. Nice defense by the Quakers. It's tough to stop Stoop, but they do a nice job of it there. Down the line for Moore, and Moore on the other end. That was a nice play by this Quakers team.
Just as the fingertips there of Alexis Curry on the Eagles to give the Quakers a fighting chance here is Guilford 18 goes ahead and serves.
Black in the air. Sent across, Quakers out into the stands. Sent over. Gabby Atwell once again, her attack. This time, the fans will have it.
Now there's been a lot of opportunity for them to get a basket, but I have not seen one all season long. Have you?
I don't think I've seen it, and I've been, all 4 years I've been here, I don't think I've seen it yet. So that tells you how rare it is. I have not seen it. I've worked a lot of volleyball in 4 years.
Lots of volleyball.
Eagles able to capitalize. Quakers just out of position on the front line, and their lead jumps to 11.
Lots of the top of the net being hit in this game alone from really both squads, and a lot of work being done up by the net. It's a great kill there by Duval.
Duval on the kill, and Kay Barbosa serving for Guilford. Curry's under it. Down the line for Reagan Stoop. Amateo got to it. Be Lindsay Kelly serving now for the Eagles. Whips it across.
Still
Quakers
in play even though it hits the light.
Fighting for it. They get it perfectly angled. Nice recovery, and they earned that one. Nice job by the Quakers to stick with it. It bounces off the light, off the raised backboard from the put up goal, and still they're able to get it back and into play. Moore sends it across, and Eagles a little bit of trouble on the serve.
Out of trajectory there for Black. Misses their camera that they have against the wall behind them there for their film.
Natalie Moore unable to get it across.
Miss ace there gives Bridgewater a 10-point lead once again as Stoop herself is getting ready to serve.
In the air for Alcantara. Black for Depew. Pushed up by Moore and just took a bad angle at it. Stoop will serve once again.
Great touch there. Guilford's here to fight.
Nice.
Telling us that for sure.
Absolutely. Nice work by Duval down to the far side. Stoop. Kelly for Depew. Moore gets under it. Alcantara finds Black. For Griffith. Claire Griffith. A beauty. Coming across the court.
The line judge, and now the Guilford side kind of had to defend himself. This ball was spiked directly in front of him.
Black on the serve now. Moore's under it. Up in the air for Faith Depew. Down the line and clips the outside edge. Eagles take the set 25-13. They lead 2-0. Stick with us here for the third set on Flo College. Back down to Niagara Hall. Eagles lead 2-0 after taking the previous set 25-13. Faith Depew pushing out her kills lead, leading the team with 11. And it's Reagan Stoop with 6. Maya Veselinovic with 5. And it's Claire Griffith with 3. Gabby Atwell had 4. Aggie Alford with 2. On the other side, Alcantara has 7. Natalie Moore with 6. Then it's Madison Duvall with 3 and Casey Johnson with 3. So Eagles with a 2-set lead. Serving once again, it's Alexis Curry looking to try and close this one out after losing to Guilford in the season. Stoop. Attack. And she's got it. Reagan Stoop will open the scoring. Like we talked about before the game started, that's really been the difference maker. Curry once again to serve. On the line for Johnson. She'll find an opening.
A little bit of a delayed reaction there on the Eagles' back line.
It'll be Vivian Tawateo. Short.
Service error there. Gives Gabby Atwell her opportunity. You can see on the far right of your screen, there is a big head of Gabby in the stands.
Moore's attack. Contained, but Quakers go back for seconds, and they get it. Hey, Barbosa serving for the Quakers as Stoop gets under it. And there it is again. Veselinovic on the quick surprise play. That has been effective all night. Now it'll be Lindsay Kelly up to serve for the Eagles. Too much on that one. So 3-all the third set.
Most back and forth that this game has been, with the score remaining the same on both sides.
More serve. Kelly in the air for Depew, which is a slow roller over the side. Depew will go back at it. In the air and out. Nice job by Alford to call that one. Stoop will serve. Quakers a little too much power. None of the Eagles bite on it, so they'll take the point, and Stoop will serve once again. Alcantara able to give it a spin across the net as it comes from far side to near side. That's the most, like you said, the most competitive this beginning part of the set has been. It's been pretty much all Bridgewater for the start of most of these sets, but Quakers starting to put up a fight early. Alcantara on the attack for the Eagles. Get to it, and Depew will send it over. Play at the net. Inga Brown. We'll give Madison Duvall the chance to serve. Stoop is under it. Kelly down the line for Griffith. And out. I believe that is the first time Guilford has led in a set. So it's 6-5 here in the third. Stoop bounces it back over on the serve. The Eagles play at the net and get back in it.
I'm over here confirming that was the first time that they led so far in all three sets.
And a Black serve. Come to the Quakers as Alcantara sends it across. Black sets up Griffith. Griffith cross court, too much.
Their second leading opportunity here. We'll see what they can do with that and what momentum that actually gives them. And
issue on the serve. I'll give Quakers the point. It's Mapes serving for Guilford. Depew across the line. In the air and out of bounds. Eagles can't contain the pressure. Coach Harris is going to want to talk it over. So Guilford leads the third set 9-6. Stick with us here on Flo College. Back down to Nottingham Hall. Quakers lead 9-6 in the third set. Eagles lead the game 2-0. So it'll be Jillian Mapes serving for the Quakers. Griffiths under it. Kelly in the air for Atwell. Attack is corralled and Johnson's going to send it the other way. Black in the air for Stoop. Stoop pushes it over. Alcantara. Stoop gets under it. Kelly quickly across. Atwell helps her out. Atwell play at the net. Kelly in the air. Black to Depew. Off the hands of the Quakers, and the Eagles stay active. It's going to be Faith Depew once again to serve. Too much on this one. Guilford continues to lead by 3. So Isn't serving for the Quakers. Reagan Stoop off the backhand. Moore's attack dug out. And the Quakers can't control that one. So it'll find its way back to Alexis Curry. In the air for Johnson. Black in the air for Stoop. Stoop up in the air, and no good.
4 touches once again there.
Yeah, twice in a row. As Quaker's able to get under it, but just can't turn it into anything.
You can actively see them communicating with each other. I mean, the crowd's not being that loud tonight either, just like as normal. So can they not hear each other, or are they not talking loud enough as that one is going to be in? As a great placement there from Moore. She subs out.
Cavateo serving for Guilford. Set up for Atwell, and Atwell attack on that one.
Just kind of floated in the air there for a second, then hit the ball at the very last second.
Atwell will serve now. In the air for Moore. Finds a way to get to it despite the angle. Maya Veselinovic.
Great placement there. The entire corner completely empty. No Quakers to be found.
So Atwell will continue to serve. The Eagles have tied up this set at 11.
She reached a bit too far over the net there, trying to make sure that it did go over and the Eagles lead after quite a little while. The Quakers have really been putting in their efforts to stay in this game, as that one is slapped down there by Alford.
Nice work by Alford. And I don't know, calls a timeout. Coach Myron wants to talk it over. Eagles lead 13-11 the third set here on Flo College. Back down to Niagara Hall. Eagles lead 13-11 here in this third set. 2 sets to none in the game overall. This first round of ODAC tournament play. Abby Atwell once again serving. Down the line to Moore. Veselinovic once again. Maya Veselinovic has had herself a night. She is been on a tear in the middle. Great play by the freshman. Johnson, the other end. She'll get it right back. So we see Kay Barbosa serving for the Quakers. Curry, Veselinovic to Alford. Too much. Okay, Barbosa once again to serve. The error there. Give the Eagles a 2-point lead.
I do want to give a special shout out to all the fans that are sitting behind us tonight here, Brock. There's every single sports team has at least a handful of folks on their team behind us, and as well as plenty of coaches sitting across from them, probably keeping an eye on them. Most likely as Guilford takes that point, 15-14 Bridgewater. Almost miscommunication there, and Stoops still gets it over and out from Guilford.
Nice play by the Eagles, and find a way to turn something out of that pretty bad situation.
There's always a bright side if you look at the right direction.
Reagan Stoop will serve now. Bad attack by Alcantara. No good. Stoop now to serve. In the air. It's Mapes.
Great dig there by Stoop and a little pop over there by Alford.
Kelly. Tough break there for Alfred. Just got caught up in what Kelly was doing. Couldn't get out of the way. Runs into the net. It's going to be Duval to serve on the other side. Kelly in the air for Faith Depew. And Faith Depew rockets one in.
Great block there by Guilford. It's just hitting a little bit too low onto their forearm. It just brings it right down. And no one can really do anything about that with both of them in the way, and both of them touching the ball as well.
Black serve.
A great dig there by Moore and Stoop. And the same play just on the opposite side, and Coach Harris and Carroll are not very pleased on it, but the Bridgewater gets that point once again. And
Coach Myron wasn't talking over. Eagles lead 19-15 here on the third set. Stick with us here on Flo College. Bat out of Neininger. Eagles lead 19-15. The third set and lead 2 sets to none. I think Jen has been able to get us a few game scores from some of the other ODAC action.
we do have finals from Virginia Wesleyan and Roanoke. Wesleyan taking all 3 sets, the same as Washington and Lee taking all 3 sets over Shenandoah. The last game beyond ours is Lynchburg and Randolph-Macon, and Lynchburg leads Randolph-Macon in the third set 21-12. You see where that takes us here tonight as Bridgewater leads Guilford 19-16 as Guilford served seconds ago.
Claire Griffith on the attack. And Eagles trying to close this one out. Down the line for Alcantara. It hits the corner. Stoop was in position, but you watched it whiz past.
So Virginia Wesleyan is going to go ahead and host Washington and Lee at Virginia Beach on the 13th. And then whoever wins this contest will play whoever wins the Lynchburg versus Randolph-Macon contest. So that one's hit a little bit odd off of Casas Cavateo's fist there and hits the back of the wall. 17-21 favor of Bridgewater.
So Curry will serve. Cavateo digs all the way down. Moore sends it across. Down the line for Reagan Stoop.
A great dig there.
Slinovich gets under it. Black setting it up for Faith Depew, and Depew Might have misjudged on that one.
Another serve here by Cavateo.
That one finds the open spot. Black was reaching for it, but just couldn't get out there in time.
Guilford's finally starting to celebrate on their side. Just a little bit even on the court. They haven't really been doing much of that at all this evening. Black gets that one.
On the line for Reagan Stoop. Tough to stop. It'll be Gabby Atwell up to serve. Atwell sends it across down the line for Johnson. Finds his way back down to Stoop, and Quakers do a nice job on the front line. Able to control Stoop for just a second. So we'll see Kay Barbosa serve here for the Quakers.
Yeah, final scores out of Lynchburg against Randolph-Macon. Lynchburg takes that last set 25-14.
Maya Veselinovic, what a night she's had. Some great plays all night long. She's been a major factor. So it'll be Lindsay Kelly stepping up to serve. Mapes down the line for Moore. Kelly in the air for Faith Depew. Depew, kind of an odd hit, but able to get it going. Stoop sends it up and over. And it finds a way to land inbound. Guilford basically watched it, and they thought it was bound to go out. So the Eagles just a point away now, taking this down to the semis. Down the line for Moore. Play at the net. Moore once again. Moore a third time. Black's got it. Kelly in the air. Reagan Stoop. That attack will do it. Reagan Stoop and the Eagles. 3-0 over Guilford. Eagles come out on top in a game that...
And this just means that they get to play Lynchburg at their place on Thursday. Time still unknown. And they will be, just like tonight, another tough match for them and something for them that they now have some time to prepare for, as they've already played them at least once this season.
Right, I think it's interesting to see. I mean, Guilford, in the last game they played against Bridgewater, were able to beat them in 3-1. And so
I'm going to correct what I just said. They actually did not play Lynchburg themselves, but they hosted a tournament earlier this season, and they watched Lynchburg play here at Bridgewater, and Lynchburg won both of those games against Pfeiffer and Greensboro. So they have sort of an advantage seeing them play twice and already know what they can do. I mean, that was pretty early in the season, early September, so it's really already been 2 months since they've seen them, but you also never know what can happen and what they can do.
Right, I mean, like we said tonight, I mean, I think it comes down to the fact that Guilford had that win over Bridgewater during the season just mainly because of the personnel that Bridgewater was running out. They were a little banged up at that point, and so they come in here with fully healthy and see what happens. It's just kind of the difference a few players can make for your squad. Guilford did not make it easy. It was very competitive all the way through. I mean, the second set was the outlier, 25-13. Eagles take that one, but even still, close sets, the first and the third. At no point was Guilford ever really out of it. So, got some final stats for you. Faith Depew ends the night with 13 kills. She's followed by Reagan Suk with 12. And it's going to be Maya Veselinovic, the freshman. She did a phenomenal job tonight, really kind of coming into her own at this late point in the season. Then it's Gabby Atwell with 6 kills, Claire Griffith with 4, Aggie Alford with 3, Lindsay Kelly with 1. Meanwhile, it's Chrisbel Alcantara with 10 for the Quakers. She's followed by Natalie Moore with 7. Then it's Madison Duvall with 4, Casey Johnson with 5, and Angel Brown with 1. But Eagles do a nice job to win tonight against a very, very good team in this Quaker squad. So, you know. So, Eagles will march on to play Lynchburg. Quakers had a nice season, though. I mean, a good, very, very good record.
They finish out 18-9. It is a lot better than last season where they did split. They were at an even 500, 13-13 for the season. And under a first-year head coach is Chase Muron, which is really difficult to understand that this is his first year. I mean, the team is very developed, but at the same time, he doesn't know the players as well as Coach Erin Harris, who's in her 15th season.
Right.